Welcome back. Happy Saturday. A Minneapolis lawyer gave up her career to move back to India and spend 4 years as a caregiver to her mother. She had to face the emotional challenge of her mother dying while also taking on a new role. And she wrote a memoir about her experience and the lessons it offers all of us about life, love, compassion, and service. Savita Harjani joins us now to talk about her new memoir, Postcards from Within, and to tell us more about her experience as a caregiver. Savita, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's talk more about this. Tell me how difficult it must have been to go through something like this, and then also grapple with the fact that this is something that your mom is dealing with.
Yeah, good morning, Say. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It was a challenging journey, no doubt, but just the time with her was such a wonderful time to, learn from her. But yeah, it was really hard to watch a loved one suffer and not be able to make a difference in bettering her suffering. But I'm just so grateful that I was able to be with her.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit before we went on camera here,
Yeah.
and you were saying that journaling was a big part of this for you. Tell me how that kind of transformed into this memoir.
Yeah, absolutely, Say. I didn't set out to write this book. This was a coping mechanism for me, that as I was going through all the emotions and the challenges, I started jotting down my thoughts. And I didn't want to burden my mother because I didn't want her to feel like a burden. I didn't want to share with my husband because he had enough on his plate. And so I started writing, and every day, any thought that came to me, I would jot it down.
So it was kind of like a form of therapy for
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was an outlet. And looking at it now, I couldn't have, recreated those emotions, the intensity of those emotions. So I feel very fortunate that I captured them in real time.
Totally. And going back to what you were just saying about how people around you had too much on their plates already, and you felt like this was the only outlet you really had. You could have confided in those people, but did you feel like there was kind of some pressure to just be strong and be a strong face for people around you?
Absolutely. There was a lot of that. And it's almost like if you think you're strong, you will be strong. And in my book, somewhere I mentioned that if I think of fatigue, I get tired. So it's what thoughts you're thinking, what words you're using. So to just remain strong and just do what you need to do and get through it.
And being a caregiver, I mean, that comes with a lot of challenges on its own, especially being the fact that it was your mother that you were taking care of. Tell me about kind of some of the biggest lessons from that journey. I mean, this was 4 years of you doing this?
Yes. Some of the biggest lessons for me was that life taught me that not all challenging times are bad times. They're just tough. And I think that's the biggest gift of this experience. The other learnings, insights for me were that when you're faced with a challenge, you come out the other end, you just get through it. You just have to stay committed, stay focused. And so that's given me a new perspective on how to deal with future challenges in my life. So overall, it was a great learning experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Savita, tell me kind of some of the best advice you might have for someone who's going through this, who's watching this right now and saying, okay, I am kind of in a similar situation.
Right.
What would you tell them?
One of the first things that I want to share is I came face to face with my own failings, shortcomings, humanity, vulnerabilities. And then I would get mad at myself for having those. And I think those kinds of emotions can be paralyzing as well. So to forgive yourself, because this is the human condition, and forgive yourself, do your best, and stay committed. And this was my journey. This is how it unfolded for me. But however a story unfolds for people, given their unique circumstances in life, that's perfect for them, and to do the best that they can.
Yeah. For you, it was dropping your career as a lawyer and taking care of your mother.
Right.
Really quick, tell me about that decision and how hard that has been for you.
It was a really hard decision, Say, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I think I am one of those fortunate ones that I had the support of my spouse, my partner, to be able to do that. And also, I was just lucky that but we did decide that we were going to do this, and I got to do it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. That support and community is so important.
Yeah.
All right, Savita, thank you so much for being here. This is her new memoir, of course. You guys can check it out as well. All right, let's toss things over to Mace with a look at weather. Good morning, Mace.